I just want to put a name tag on you so people know who you are.
That's not me, bro.
Yeah. No, my bad. Yeah. Here we go. Now people will know who you are.
There you go. That's better.
You're not, super recognizable. Welcome to the first episode of Between Two Roldans. As you might guess, you were not who we thought was going to be our first guest, but I really appreciate you lending us your house anyway to do the show.
Thanks.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm Jeremiah Oshan. This is Steve Zakuani, and this is Between Two Roldans, and we're doing this for YachtCon. We're going to be raising money for Seattle Children's Autism Center. So at least it's a good cause.
I'm here for the cause. It's a good cause, yeah.
Right. So anyway, get this out of the way right at the start. I understand you're doing a podcast?
True, yeah. You dropped some, it should be out by now, yeah.
That's nice for you.
Thanks. I think it'll be good, thanks.
What makes you think you're qualified to do a podcast?
Let me see. Arsenal Academy, #1 pick, 5 years for the Sounders, been in broadcasting now 3 years. I think I can talk about stuff a little bit.
Oh, okay. That's fair. So you were on another podcast this off season. I happen to have heard it by accident.
I'm sure.
But Nate Bowling was interviewing you.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you thought Brad Evans would maybe be better off signing elsewhere. Are you proud of yourself?
One, I never used the term better off.
Oh, okay.
I said it might be time for Brad to go, and I wish Brad the best. Nice try.
So you mentioned that you've been an analyst now for a couple years. Mm-hmm. But if you were such a good analyst, why didn't you see the Toronto FC loss coming?
The next question. You got me there.
Do you think the Sounders have done enough to close that gap?
With Toronto, yes. I didn't think it was that big of a gap as we saw. It was Toronto's best game, Seattle's worst game. It's closer, and I still think TFC might be a step ahead, but that gap on that day was bigger than what it really is.
What are some of the things that you like that the Sounders have done this offseason?
Kept a large part of the core. I've been saying that. Lost Joven. It's a massive loss. We'll see it. But Jordan looks good this offseason, preseason so far. Clint's back, Roman, Chad Marshall, Nico, Christian, Ozzy. That's a solid core. Stephen Fry. I think if they keep all those guys fit, Latham has a full preseason, as does Victor Rodriguez. I think, the team's great. Obviously, I would love to see like a massive signing like everybody else, but I think the team was right there, and these guys coming back, if they can all have healthy season, I think we'll be good.
2011, the off season before 2011, and that was obviously the season the Sounders played well. Not trying to bring up any bad memories, but you guys didn't have a lot of turnover that year. Do you think that ended up helping the team going into that season?
Yeah, we got better. So from 2010 to 2011, I matured a year. Freddie matured a year. Morrow had just come. We signed up for Brian White. We didn't know what we could get from him. Yeah. But I just think sometimes what I'm seeing with Jordan and Christian, at that age, you're still getting better. And I was right there. I got better. Freddie got better. It's like you had almost new signings. And Ozzy was really young back then, as was Brad. So when your core is young enough, they can still be improving. And that's what happened to us. And I hope with Jordan and Christian especially, that happens for the Sounders too.
Speaking of Jordan, you've had some. You talked about his maturation as a winger. It looks like the Sounders are going to be playing him more as a forward. Do you like that decision?
I agree with it as long as Jordan has a strike partner. If it's by himself, back to goal, mainly, I don't think that's his best. I think with a strike partner, he can be in the top tier of strikers in this league. I love Jordan's game. So I hope he can find a way to have someone alongside him.
So switching gears a little bit to your broadcasting. First off, how did you get into broadcasting? It didn't necessarily It seemed, I mean, like you seem like you really did hit the ground running, joking aside.
Yeah, retired, message Adrian. He said, call me, called him. He says, come up to Seattle, let's talk. What do you want to do? I'm thinking coaching. The more I looked into that, I'm like, I don't want to do coaching. So I have no idea. I'm like, I'll get back to you. Our producer, Ryan Shaver, called me randomly, says, hey, Ross Fletcher says you might be good on the broadcast. And I'm like, okay. And I literally, 3 days later, went in for a meeting. We talked through it. I said, I'll give it a try. And within a month, I was live on TV, just as an analyst. I'd never done it before. So I'm learning on the job still now. But it kind of just happened as in this would be a good fit. Let's see. And I'm still there.
So you've had a chance to work with Casey Keller quite a bit.
Yeah.
Casey Keller, as you may understand, has a mixed emotions among fans.
Yeah.
Is he the kind of guy that when you are out at the breakfast bar, he's critiquing what you're choosing?
I hope he doesn't watch this. That's pretty accurate. That's hilarious. But I played with Casey, so I knew already what Casey's like. Just has really high standards, man. That's the way I like to look at it. Mm-hmm.
How often do you find yourself either thinking this or saying this when people are talking to you, where you go, do you know who I am?
Not that often at all, man. Like, honestly, not that often at all. Like, never.
Never? Really?
No, never. I'm trying to think. Like, never. Like, the only, for me, I'll say, the only times is like if I'm like on a flight and somebody's staring at me, I'm wondering why. Like, is it because you recognize me, or is it, like, that weighs me out. If I'm in a restaurant or something with my family and you can never know why they're looking at you.
Uh-huh.
So, but apart from that, I like to meet people. So no, I never think like, I never think that. No.
I just wasn't wondering if you were far enough removed from your starring days that people were like, who's this guy?
No.
No? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Still get a lot of love.
All right, so this is where the other part of the question comes in. Which sounder, past or present, probably says that the most?
Oh, I would say Oba, when he's trying to get into certain nightclubs around the world. That would be my guess. Or certain dinner reservations at crowded Italian restaurants. Do you know who I am? And we've got a few tables that way, so it has worked. But yeah, Oba. I'd say Oba.
That somehow is not surprising. That's actually I should have known that.
Yeah.
So, what's the future hold for Steve Zakuani as a TV analyst? Are you getting do you have aspirations to be on cable?
I actually don't. Like, I'm not. When I played, I was like, by my 5th year, I need to be in Europe. Like, I'm going to keep improving every day, and I need to be the best winger in this league so I can get to Europe. I don't think that's a broadcaster. I'm like driving into CenturyLink. I'm like, we have a game tonight. I'm excited. I'm going to be on the sideline. I'm going to see Clint. I'm going to see Christian. I'm going to watch these guys, and I'm going to see the fans. I do my walk right in front of the ECS. I shake people's hands. I wave to them. I do my thing on the mic, and I go home, and I don't think about it. It's only when people are like, you're good, or I listened to the game and you were saying some good stuff, where I'm like, I wonder if I could be on a bigger platform. But I'm not actively pursuing it. If it happens, great, but I'm not like thinking about it.
So you have one of the things that you have become known for is your charitable foundation. How is Kingdom Hope going?
It's good, man. I actually started in 2010, but I think you helped me build. You can't see him, but help me build my first website. So it's like I always wanted to do. I think now it's just I know what I'm doing, and I'm like, we're gonna do scholarships. We're gonna help people. The platform's bigger. We figured out a way to draw attention with a charity game. It's a fun thing. We're bringing all these like Jimmy Conrad, Eddie Johnson, Gucci Onyeru, Landon Donovan, Marshall Lynch, Ultra Cinco, a mix of people who shouldn't be together in Tukwila is amazing, and it's going to this good cause. I think it's helped me just have that game, but it's doing great now. We're giving out scholarships left, right, and center in soccer, in education, and the only challenge now is just always trying to come up with creative ideas for our game, which is fun.
Who's the player that you have, or who are the players maybe that you seriously were kind of pinching yourself like, how is this person here?
It should be Landon, but it's not, because I've known Landon for a long time. We've shared the same agent since I left college. I just saw Landon last month, the day after he was unveiled in Mexico. So That's a good friend of mine, so not him. Marshall Lynch. Like, I knew he was coming, but I didn't know. And then even the day of, it was like his mom sent me a message, and then she was like, "I'm gonna make sure he gets on the plane and comes." But that was like when I knew, okay, he'll be here for sure. But I saw him 2 weeks ago. We were talking about it, and he loved the memory too. So him actually, because he doesn't go to things, him actually being there was that. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely. I was gonna say that to me, if I was gonna pick someone, it would have to be him, just because this is not a guy who is out doing
No.
press.
Nope, hates it. But again, he's the kind of guy, a good cause, he will show his face.
Well, Steve, you've been a really good sport. I really appreciate you doing this, and thanks a lot.
Thank you, man. We're off to a rocky start, but that was good.
Good.
Thank you, brother.